This lesson is taken from the Word Detectives unit for grade 1, and the focus of the mini lesson is Word Detectives watch out for unusual words. For the connection part of the lesson, I would first conduct a mini review with the students. I would say, readers, we've been working so hard at solving tricky words. I would like for you to quick turn and talk with your partner about some of the strategies we have discussed to solve tricky words. I would listen in as the partners discussed, and after a moment, I would then call attention to a couple of the strategies that were shared, again referencing the previously created anchor chart. Again, and that's so students can get modeling of utilizing that anchor chart through the review. And that will help them to use that when they are independently reading. And then I would segue into the new lesson. And I would talk about how our new lesson is kind of like a detective show or a detective book, using something that my class is familiar with. Perhaps we've read a mystery together. Perhaps it's Nate the Great. Perhaps it's Scooby-Doo. But in a detective show or a detective book, there is a mystery to solve. There are usual suspects. And something unusual will be a standout, like a disguise. And we would talk about disguises, like a mustache or a hat or a jacket. And we would talk about how that's a standout. And then I would segue into the teach part of the lesson. Today I want to teach you that word detectives watch out for unusual words in their books. Notice when words that they know are part of words they don't know, like contractions. So I would be emphasizing here that a lot of our snap words can be disguised as words that we don't know. And if I had a contraction on a word wall, or I could set it up so that one would be there, or I would set it up in a pocket chart so that there's a group of words containing a contraction, I would then have them notice which one is unusual, which one is the suspect. Then, after we take notice of which word is the unusual word, we would go into the active engagement part of the lesson where we would try it out. Also, what you could do, going back to the teach, is you could show from a previously read mentor text on a page. You could even use multiple books, just a quick turn to that page and show them where the unusual word is, something that looks different. Then move on to the active engagement part of the lesson where the students would try it on. Perhaps you use, as the book talks about, using lost socks, which is the mentor text. You could even have the students, as you read, put up the stop signal when you come across that unusual word if you're reading a page from the previously read mentor text. So this is also helpful for the monitoring of students who are able to see which words are unusual. So the teacher will be able to right away see through whose hands have the stop signal up and whose don't, who might perhaps need some additional practice or some additional examples with this strategy. And prior to sending them off the link, we are going to put this skill to use as you read your own books. What I would like for you to do is take a Post-it, and as you come across in your independent books, please mark down any unusual suspects or unusual standouts that you see in your books. And then at the end for the share, after independent reading and strategy groups, we would share some of those findings on our Post-its and add them to our word wall and add them to the created anchor charts that we did in our lesson.